Hello and a warm welcome to Federal Special Program Capital Beat. If you remember, 2nd July was the day when Ajit Pawar swore in as the Deputy Chief Minister along with his 9 NCP MLAs. 2 weeks down the line, impasse over cabinet expansion and portfolio allocation still continues. Now, Ajit Pawar and Praful Patel recently met Amit Shah, and the reports were that NCP had put its foot down that they need the finance portfolio. In fact, the reports also said that NCP stuck on its ground as far as other portfolios were also concerned, say, for example, urban development, then you had cooperatives, irrigation, and this had left Eknath Shinde camp fuming. It was almost like a situation where BJP hosted a pizza party, and who's going to get which slice, nobody really knows. What I'm told right now is that currently, any time the allocation of the portfolios can be announced, but of course, till the time the official announcement doesn't happen, we will just have to conjecture and speculate. Now, joining me now is a very special panel. We have with us Krishna Hegde, who's the official spokesperson of the Eknath Shinde government. Thank you, sir, so much for joining. We have Sharad Gupta, who's a senior journalist and an editor. So thank you so much. And Vivek Deshpande also joins us, senior journalist and a former Indian Express person. Thank you so much for joining, Vivek. And let me begin with Mr. Krishna Hegde. That Mr. Hegde, is it true that I'm not going to ask you that when is the portfolio allocation going to be announced? Because we'll wait and watch still. But my first question to you is that when the meeting happened with Amit Shah and Ajit Pawar and Praful Patel, what exactly happened in that meeting? Is it true that Ajit Pawar insisted on the finance portfolio, on the irrigation, the cooperatives, all those portfolios? NCP insisted, and this apparently had left Eknath Shinde camp fuming.
Niluji, I am not privy to what happened in a closed door meeting between the Honorable Home Minister and the two leaders. But what I can say that it is a closed door meeting, so whatever the details were, maybe it was just a courtesy call to thank him for helping, the process of the government. I think it is for that. And here in Maharashtra, the three leaders, that is Eknath Shinde, the Honorable CM, and the two deputy CMs, Honorable Shri Devendra Fadnavis ji and Honorable Ajit Dada Pawar ji, also had a series of meetings. In fact, Devendra ji had a meeting today also with the CM Eknath Shinde ji at his Thane residence. So more or less, most of the portfolios have been decided, but it is the prerogative of the Honorable Chief Minister to announce the portfolios, and it should happen today or latest tomorrow, saying that because we have the assembly session on the 17th, the monsoon session, and before that, most of the ministers have to take charge of the ministries. Secondly, saying this, I must also add that right now none of the ministries are vacant. So all the ministries, whether it is the home or urban development, PWD, agriculture, corporation, and all the ministries in the government are already occupied by a set of ministers who are from the Shiv Sena BJP. Right now, it is only to the ministers who are holding more than 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, or some of even holding 5 and 6 portfolios. These portfolios have to be divided amongst the new colleagues, cabinet colleagues who have come from the NCP and joined us. So in no way is the work of the government.
Are you dismissing all reports of resentment and anger within the Eknath Shinde camp? Because Bachchu Kaddu's statements have been coming out that he was also insisting for a finance portfolio, and a lot of MLAs from the Eknath Shinde camp who were supposed to get ministries, they had gone and spoken to Bachchu Kaddu. That has officially come on record.
See, firstly, Bachchu Kaddu is, ex-minister in the Uddhavji government. He's a very senior MLA in Maharashtra. Having said that, he is an independent MLA who has won four times, I think. So he is not part of the three parties, but he is a part of all the three parties. So he's supporting our coalition, and we have high regards for him. Whatever his fears are will be assuaged. And
seriously. Should his
Of
statements
course,
be taken seriously?
all his statements are being taken seriously, and Honorable Chief Minister Eknath Shinde ji also spoke to him a couple of times and asked him to, they are meeting again on the 17th when the monsoon session is going to start,
Right.
and whatever Bachu Kadu's issues are there, they will be sorted.
Right. Okay. Now let me come to Vivek. Vivek, what is your inordinate delay in the cabinet expansion, portfolio allocation? Obviously, to arrive at a compromise formula between BJP, NCP, and Eknath Shinde, Shiv Sena, was really a difficult task for BJP. Would you say that?
Yeah, of course, Nilu, this has been going on for such a long time. I mean, this dates back much before Ajit Pawar and his group joined the NCP. Even before he and his group joined, there was a lot of confusion about portfolio allocation, and a lot of people from Shinde camp wanted to have some plum portfolios. They were being denied that. They were not being given that. Because this thing was in the offing. Ajit Pawar and his group's entry into the government was in the offing. The BJP had been planning it for some time, and till that had happened, there was no question of giving any plum portfolios to Shinde camp. Because Shinde camp, entry of or the alliance with Shinde group now appears to be a stopgap arrangement after Mr. Ajit Pawar and his group's NCP's entry into the government. It now seems that Mr. Shinde and his group had come to join the government with BJP as some sort of a stopgap arrangement with the BJP, and obviously they are not pleased with it. They are not happy with it, and they are haggling for prime portfolios, which are unlikely to go to them, because the BJP would not displease Ajit Pawar and his group at the expense. They will not please Mr. Shinde at the expense of Mr. Ajit Pawar and his group. So that is very obvious. But before the monsoon session starts, there's not going to be any expansion. That is what we come to know. And the monsoon session starts just about a few days from now. So what's the problem? I mean, if you can do it 3 days later, why can't you do it now? That means there are some last minute problems going on, and there's a lot of haggling going on, which is very unfortunate. The trajectory of this is another trajectory of this problem is, since all these three parties are now involved deeply in only politics, the governance has taken a backseat, and it's complete travesty of governance. I mean, Mr. Hegde just now said that all the ministries have been allocated, but if one person is holding 7-8 ministries, and one person is holding charge of as guardian minister of 7-8 districts at a time, where is the time for governance? Where is the time for the minister to do his work? Because you see, all the time you find Mr. Shinde and Mr. Fadnavis talking to the media, giving interviews. They don't seem to be concentrating on their work at all, because they don't get any respite from this politics. They don't know how to untangle this whole mess that they have created, or I may say, if I may say, the central leadership of the BJP has created. So in the name of governance, there's absolutely complete vacuum. And if you look at it from the ordinary people's point of view, it's such a sad state of affairs in Maharashtra. Maharashtra had never seen, governors going to such depths, and such politics, 24/7 politics, in the event of which, nothing is happening in the state. There are no developmental works going on. You see, Maharashtra is staring at a very severe drought. More than 15 districts have less than 50% rainfall. Of the 110 lakh hectares, only 55 or 60 lakh hectares have seen sowing. And unless it rains very heavily over the next 2 weeks, this target of complete Kharif sowing is not going to be met. And who is, by the way, who is Maharashtra's agriculture minister? Nobody knows. I guess it's Dadaji Bhuse, possibly. That was the last time I heard his name as agriculture minister. So what is he doing? What are these people doing? At the expense of public works, they are doing politics 24/7, which is very unfortunate. And people are watching them. And I am sure people will teach them a lesson when it comes to elections.
Right. those are very pertinent questions that governance has taken a back seat, and because of this cabinet expansion and portfolio allocation, it is indeed a sad affair. But Sharadji, if I may come to you now, how would you really assess the current situation? It's almost like what I said in the beginning, that BJP hosted a pizza party. Now, how many slices will go to whom is going to be decided by whom, really. Who is calling the shots? Is Ajit Pawar calling the shots? Is Amit Shah calling the shots? Or is Eknath Shinde really in a merciful situation? He's at the mercy of what Lord Amit Shah would give him, and then, he has to just reconcile with whatever he gets. How would you assess the situation currently with whatever is happening in Maharashtra, sir?
Let me tell you, the situation is quite messy right now. There is a chief minister. There is a former chief minister working under him. There is a deputy chief minister who has served under 4 different governments, who is working under him. And the chief minister has become the chief minister for the first time. So it's a very, very different situation. Ideally, chief minister should have been calling the shots. But here we see Mr. Devendra Fadnavis doing most of the talking. And now, ever since Mr. Ajit Pawar has joined, he is doing all the talking. We will get this. I want to become chief minister. I want to do this. I want to do that. So nobody knows who is calling the shots. The only thing we know is the shots are being called by the center, Mr. Amit Shah and Mr. Modi. Whenever they give a go-ahead, things happen in Maharashtra and elsewhere also. One more thing, BJP in Maharashtra is actually a national party, but it has to deal with a lot of regional parties. So if I can narrate an anecdote, whenever this thing used to happen in UP, and people used to ask Mulayam Singh Yadav about Mr. N.D. Tiwari seeking to dismiss his government or requesting the then Prime Minister P.V. Narasimha Rao to allow him to withdraw support from Mulayam Singh Yadav government in UP. Mulayam Singh used to say, I am the national president of my party. I like to deal with the national president of Congress. So he talked to the state president of my party. So here things are that national president and even the national president of the BJP doesn't have any powers. So the only 2 powerful people, nobody can read their mind, and the governance, as Vivek was saying, has actually gone for a toss.
Right, but
and everybody is basically fighting for his own existence.
Right. But Sharadji,
but
Sharadji, there are a lot of rumors about, that there is a certain tacit understanding between Sharad Pawar. Now there is a feeling that, Supriya Sule might also get a cabinet berth. Now there is some kind of a tacit understanding between Narendra Modi, Amit Shah and Sharad Pawar, which is working, which is really working behind the scenes, and nobody knows about it. People are just conjecturing. Now, how much credence would you give to reports like these?
I always say that politics is like an ocean where you can see only 10% of the iceberg. 90% is underwater. So you can't actually fathom the depth of any incident. We can see only that 5 or 10% which is above ground or in public domain. So what all is transpiring behind the scenes, it's very difficult, and only conjectures, as you say, can be made. And those conjectures often go wrong. So the grapevine which is there right now is that all the major portfolios are going to go with Mr. Ajit Pawar's camp. So I don't know what Mr. Hegde's party is going to do in such a scenario. But his party men, his MLAs, senior MLAs, they are waiting for such a long time, almost a year, or maybe over a year, and yet they are waiting for the cabinet expansion, and somebody comes.
Let me come to you, Mr. Hegde. what will happen? Supposing if Shinde camp doesn't get the portfolios they insisted for, wouldn't it be so unfair to Eknath Shinde, and there will be a feeling of regret that why the hell did I join BJP, or why did I join hands with BJP if this was the fate which I had to meet?
Neeluji, see, first of all the MLAs and all the ministers and all the party leaders and even the cadre, we trust Eknath Shinde ji, and that's why we are with him. When he left, Uddhav ji, he himself was a minister, and several of the colleagues who left were sitting ministers. And not only did they sacrifice, possibly if there was a chance, it would have been even the MLA seats, but they actually even sacrificed their ministries and joined Eknath Shinde ji. So people like us who have taken this kind of a risk or done this kind of a sacrifice, we are not bothered about what would happen later, because we have already done it once. Secondly, having said this, Eknath Shinde ji, Devendra Fadnavis ji, and Ajit Dada Pawar ji all have administrative and organization experience of over 30 to 35 years. So it does not matter who is the first time CM or the second time CM. When Devendra ji was the CM, he was also a first
But
time CM.
Mr. Hegde, I'm sure you would agree with me that if all the shots are being called by the center, what is the kind of power which Eknath Shinde has? Is he a ceremonial head of Maharashtra right now? Just for the
No,
name,
no.
he's been made the chief minister, but he's absolutely toothless and powerless. Wouldn't one read the situation like this?
Not at all. It's not that shots are called from the center or from the state. We have to accommodate everyone, and we know that. Like you said, if we have a roti and we were sharing it with the BJP, now we have to share it three ways. So we are accommodative to that. Before that, I humbly differ from both the
But do you
senior
think that
journalists here.
equitable distribution of portfolios, if an honest and fair equitable distribution has to take
Of course,
place,
it will be.
shouldn't have been more difficult? The fight is
And
for plum portfolios. The fight is for the plum portfolios like irrigation,
no,
lands, urban development.
see,
Yes, sir.
most of these portfolios which we already have are plum portfolios, whether it is water resources, whether it is industry, whether it is agriculture, whether it's public works or excise, are all plum portfolios. The two portfolios which you are talking about, finance and irrigation, are presently held with BJP ministers, and they are the ones who are making the sacrifices here. And finance is held by Devendra Fadnavis ji himself and not by us. So, but however, said that, all the honorable CM and Devendra ji also are willing to accommodate Ajit Dada Pawar in a very
Oh, so
honorable way.
are you saying that Devendra Fadnavis has arrived at a compromise where he would part with the finance portfolio and give it to Ajit Dada Pawar? But that has been
No,
your contention when your party was in the Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi. Eknath Shinde had a similar complaint, and didn't he make a same complaint that Ajit Pawar was not giving funds to his party, and which is why he was lagging? And now
see,
the
right
same,
now,
if he gets
for the
portfolio,
right now for the record, none of the portfolios have been announced, and we can only cross the bridge when we come to the bridge, and when we come to the water. So,
so, but what
uh,
happens? What happens if Ajit Pawar gets finance? What is the option left with Eknath Shinde then?
no, when Ajit Dada had finance earlier, it was Uddhav Thackeray ji who was the chief minister.
Hmm.
Now, even if Ajit Dada gets finance, it is Eknath Shinde ji who's the chief minister, and we also have a deputy chief minister, Devendra Fadnavis ji, along with Ajit Dada. So there are two different scenarios altogether. Regarding Uddhav ji, it was Sharad Pawar Sahab who wrote in his book that Uddhav ji was not a very effective chief minister. He also wrote that he hardly went to Mantralaya 2 times in 2.5 years, and this is not what we are saying. This is his own ally, Pawar Sahab, Sharad Pawar Sahab, who's written his book on record. So therefore, there is a huge difference. The other two leaders are the ones who are on the ground with Ajit Dada and working 24 hours a day. So there's a vast difference between, all these leaders and Uddhav ji. And
Okay.
secondly, let me tell you that even if there are, we will have an equal partnership. Everyone will be happy. And with us, like you said that we have joined BJP, are we unhappy? Niluji, I must tell you, we are with BJP since 1987. We have fought on Hindutva lines. We have fought under the ideology of Balasaheb Thackeray ji. So it's not a new alliance. All these people are colleagues since 1987. And it was a by-election in Vile Parle on the grounds of Hindutva. We came together as an emotional bond. What partnership with Ajit Dada we have is a numerical bond, and it is a arithmetic, and it is a political bond. So there's a vast difference. We know the BJP for the last 35 years,
Right.
and we will enhance this partnership with BJP.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Let me go to Sharadji. Sharadji's got disconnected, and then I'll go to Vivek. Sharadji, what happens if Ajit Pawar gets finance? What is the option which Eknath Shinde will be left with? Of course, Krishna Hegde would not admit, and he's still saying that, we'll manage, it's a political bond. But of course, the political bond is there, but then there wouldn't be any chemistry. So what is the option really left with Eknath Shinde? Will he just pull along? Because he doesn't
It
have
is something. It is something like a minister's prerogative. I mean, of course, the cabinet is a joint responsibility. But in case of means work after the work allocation has taken place, the portfolio has been allocated. It's only the minister who is in charge of his own ministry, and he reports only to the chief minister. In case of disobedience or non-cooperation, the chief minister has only one recourse. He can change the portfolio if he can. So in case Ajit Dada doesn't listen to the chief minister, then the chief minister has only that recourse, either to divest him of his portfolio or to drop him from his cabinet.
Okay,
Otherwise,
so
it's just like
No, but Charaji, do you see the possibility of Eknath Shinde exercising this right of the chief minister and divesting Ajit Pawar of his portfolio of the finance, supposing if he gets and if he doesn't disburse funds?
See, as I said earlier, all the doors are in hands of the center. So neither Ajit Dada can do anything on his own accord. If he wants, he can do. Nobody stops him from doing that. But at least chief minister doesn't have those much powers as I can surmise right now to drop any cabinet minister or to include anybody in his cabinet or to allocate portfolios. Everything is being done in consultation with or as per guidance and directions of the center.
Right. We were also hearing that Sunil Tatkare, who's the MP, his daughter Aditi Tatkare also apparently could get some portfolio. There were reports, and Eknath Shinde is very angry because they belong to the same region. Aditi and Eknath Shinde's man Bharat Gogavle also come from almost the same region. Now, these bones of contention which still exist between Eknath Shinde and NCP, how is BJP really going to resolve these issues? Is it really a tough nut for BJP to crack at the moment, or is it almost like a self-invited trouble for BJP? How would you read that?
Nilu, I think the answer to this question lies squarely with the BJP. I don't know what is the BJP's plan. I mean, when they initially decided to break Uddhav Thackeray government, bring Mr. Shinde and his group with them, what was their plan, subsequent plan? Then after about a year, they brought Mr. Ajit Pawar and his group. What was the plan after that? How were they going to strike an equilibrium among the three partners? What exactly was the plan for portfolio allocation? Was Mr. Ajit Pawar and his group taken into the ministry without discussion on which particular portfolios would be given to them? Or, I mean, I don't believe that they were not given any promise. They must have been given certain promises about certain portfolios. And now that the Shinde group has put its foot down and is saying that, we won't accept some of the ministries going to the Pawar group, this problem has arisen. So it's entirely a creation of the BJP central leadership, who we all recognize as Chanakyas. So what plan do the Chanakyas have for the trouble that is brewing in Maharashtra? We don't know. How are they going to surmount this problem? We don't know. It's only going to further deepen as far as I see it, or the only option with Mr. Shinde is to just keep quiet, eat humble pie, and just go ahead with his routine job, and he will not be able to do anything about it if the central leadership of the BJP decides to have their way. Mr. Shinde will have nowhere to go. So he might just keep quiet and go ahead as the things stand today, or he has the option of rebelling against the BJP, and in the event of which I don't think again he has anywhere to go. So Mr. Shinde is in a fix. What to do? I think in this current situation, Mr. Ajit Pawar will have the last laugh, will get the kind of ministries that he wants, and Mr. Shinde will have no other option but to adjust to this new situation that is evolving. So clearly, Mr. Shinde is at a disadvantageous position. What would be his next moves? Whether he will be able to do something about it, or he will keep quiet, we don't know. As of now, the situation is heavily loaded in favor of Mr. Ajit Pawar and his group, because the BJP had badly wanted them. Finally, that they have got them, I think the BJP will settle for the demands of Mr. Ajit Pawar's group, no matter what Mr. Shinde and his group has to say. So that is how the situation seems to be as of now. But what will happen in the next 2-3 days when the monsoon session begins, we don't know. Let's wait and see.
Right.
Nilu.
But Sharatji, this whole episode leaves a very bad taste, in everybody's mouth when it comes to BJP's treatment of its allies. It's somewhat like a use and throw policy of BJP, where they do not accord any kind of dignity or respect to their allies, no matter how much they speak on camera that, we hold the allies in high esteem. Now, supposing if what Vivek is saying and it turns out to be true, what is the kind of impact which you will see? Because BJP, on the other hand, we should not forget that they are also trying to build up an old NDA. In Punjab, say, for example, they're trying to get in touch with Shiromani Akali Dal, and they're trying to build up an old NDA, for 2024. So this Maharashtra experiment of BJP, will it not cost BJP dearly? And in terms of purely the impact it could have on BJP.
That's why I feel the three-party arrangement is going to continue at least till the parliament elections are over. And I personally feel this Ajit Pawar faction is with this government, the state government, only till the parliament elections are over. Because BJP needs them only to get to win maximum seats in Lok Sabha elections. After that, BJP will like again reassume its expansionist agenda, and they like to contest as many assembly seats as they want to, because in three-party formula, BJP won't be getting too many assembly seats because both are regional parties, and they will like to have as much footprint as they can. So BJP won't be able to fight as many seats as it wants to. But in parliament, at least BJP will say that we are a national party and we have more states at the center in Lok Sabha. So we would like to contest more seats, and together they can have. And as the national scenario stands today, so it's not very smooth sailing for the BJP in whether it's Maharashtra or Bihar or other states also. In fact, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, and Madhya Pradesh, Telangana, everywhere they are having problems. Punjab, they don't have any presence as such. JNK, they don't have any presence. And in other states also, they are in problems within the BJP. So that's why they like to have as many allies as possible, especially in UP and Bihar. Similarly, in Maharashtra also, they want to keep as many allies as possible, so that each ally contributes to their own kitty and their vote bank swells, and the number of seats the NDA will get swell, and they reach the crucial 270 mark. So that is the strategy I feel, and that is the utility of these two factions.
Right.
And I'm not sure whether they will be with the BJP even after the parliament elections.
Right. Okay, so let me get the last word from Mr. Krishna Hegde that are we going to see Chief Minister Eknath Shinde as okay, I'll come to you, Vivek. Let me just go to Krishna and then I'll come to you. That are we going to see Mr. Eknath Shinde as one of those chief ministers in the country who will remain in a permanent state of resentment and disgruntlement?
Not at all. Eknath Shinde ji, and I think all the three leaders are, very seasoned and mature leaders with vast administrative experience. These are very small things. These things have to be balanced, and if we can do it, they can definitely do it. And I think this combination and this partnership will stay in Maharashtra for another 15, 20 years, and we will work for the people of Maharashtra. The ultimate goal is that the welfare of the people of Maharashtra. And if you ask me more as a political analyst, I can say that several of these ministers have been ministers in the past. They have held certain portfolios, they know the working of those ministries. And I won't be surprised if many of them retain their old ministries, irrespective of the combination or the government. And you will see what I'm saying maybe in the future if my reading is right. But here I am more as a spokesperson. So let me say this that we are here for the people of Maharashtra, and this is a long-term partnership. No one is going to be disgruntled here, and it will be a win-win situation for all, and it will be a win-win situation for the people of Maharashtra, the farmers of Maharashtra. Vivek ji had said that we didn't have time for them. We are the only government who gave the farmers of Maharashtra compensation and also assured them 12,000 rupees a year for all the people who are the farmers of Maharashtra. So this is the only government. We are not a sit-at-home, don't work from home government, Facebook government. We are the people on the field, and we will continue to do so.
Yes, Vivek. You wanted to the last word to you. Yes.
There was one interesting development yesterday, which has largely gone unnoticed. I read somewhere Mr. Devendra Fadnavis spoke in the party meeting where he said that the party should aim at winning 152 seats, the target of 152 seats. Now, if that is BJP's target, then I'm just wondering if even if they have a strike rate of say 80%, it means that they will have to fight on at least 190 and 195 seats. And then they will be able to get 152 seats at the strike rate of 80. So what are the remaining, where are the remaining seats going? I mean, between the two partners. So that's quite interesting. So this clearly looks like a stopgap arrangement for BJP. First it was Mr. Shinde, and probably now even Mr. Ajit Pawar. So this doesn't seem to be a long-term plan to have those allies in tow for many years in future. So BJP is just buying time, and buying time by having these two groups after some intervals, and maybe in the next elections, I don't know if the BJP is planning to fight on their own, because if they are planning to win 152 seats,
Right.
they will have to contest on not less than 200 seats.
Right.
So what's their plan? What's on their mind? Nobody knows. Very interesting.
Of course. And the wait and watch game continues. Last year, it's almost 1 year. 1 year, rather, Shinde government has completed a 1 year, Eknath Shinde, and still the cabinet expansion has not happened. Portfolios have not been allocated. And here you have a third entrant. So it's a government which is running on 3 legs, on 3 engines, but nobody knows who has the real bogey in the hand. Thank you so much, Krishna Hegde, Sharad Gupta. Thank you so much, Vivek, for joining on the program. And one appeal to the viewers who are watching the Federal, subscribe to our channel, send us your feedback, and stay tuned to the Federal.
Subscribe to the Federal's YouTube page for more news and updates.